Members, we're now going to go to file item 133. Senator Hill, are you ready for AB 1042? He's not at his desk. Okay, file item 135. Senator Jackson. Pass on file. File item 136. Senator Mitchell. Are you ready to pass on file? File item 137. Who's the floor manager? Senator Leno, are you prepared to bring this item forward? Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 36 by Assemblymember Campos, an act relating to local government.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, this bill successfully strikes a balance between public safety, improved transparency, and community and law enforcement relations. You may be aware of a federal program that allows for local governments to acquire military-style equipment for their local law enforcement activities. San Jose had a recent situation where it acquired a 15-ton armored vehicle from the federal government. This is all free, of course, but once the public became aware of it, there was such an uproar that San Jose had to return the vehicle. This bill would establish a public process that would allow for communities to get involved before dangerous free military surplus equipment can be obtained through this federal 1033 program. Some recent amendments that were taken address security concerns that had been raised by law enforcement and city governments. And as a result, the Police Chiefs, League of Cities, and the sheriffs have removed their opposition. Again, this strikes a good balance, greater community participation, at the same time allowing for public safety and transparency. I ask for your aye vote.
Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Hertzberg. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. Aye. Pan. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. No. Vidak. Wachowski. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Wolk. Aye. Berryhill. Aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
De Leon. Gaines.
No.
No. Hernandez. Hertzberg. Morrell. No. Pan. Wachowski. Nielsen, I don't know.
Ayes 31, noes 4. Measure passes. Members, we will now move to the next 5 items. File item 137, 138, 140, 142, and 149. File item 138, pass on file. File item 140. Senator Hall, you prepared to bring this measure forward? ACR 92. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Concurrent Resolution 92 by Assemblymember Gibson relative to the 50th anniversary of the Watts Revolt.
Senator Hall.
Yes, Mr. President, members, ACR 92 commemorates the 50th anniversary of the Watts Revolt. The Watts Revolt came out of the enduring problems of poverty and discrimination that were forced upon people of color in America. Redlining practices across the nation intentionally excluded black and brown people from having fair access to housing and lending opportunities. This created space of concentrated poverty, which became prime locations for education, healthcare, law enforcement, discrimination. The Watts Revolt was a symptom of broader social abuses that have gone unresolved and continue to challenge many communities in America even today. Despite these challenges, the community of Watts showed a determination to improve, which resulted in many still standing institutions and organizations that have been working admirably to bring progress and hope to those who need it most. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Great, Senator Hall, thank you. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Cannella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Aye. Gaines.
Aye.
Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Weso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
De Leon. Stone. Aye.
Ayes 39, no 0. The resolution is adopted. Members, we'll now move to file item 142. Senator Monning. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 267 by Assemblymember Joan Sawyer, an act relating to criminal procedure.
Senator Monning.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. AB 267 requires trial courts to inform a defendant that the acceptance of a plea and the subsequent felony conviction will have various collateral consequences. In many cases, these consequences include ineligibility for military enlistment, ineligibility to own or possess a firearm, loss of federal financial aid, and potential diminished parental and child custody rights. Under current law, judges are already required to administer an advisement to defendants about their possible deportation or exclusion from admission to the U.S. for the conviction of an offense. AB 267 simply expands this advisement to include information regarding the consequences of accepting a plea and becoming a felon. Members, I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Monning. Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To be consistent with my vote in public safety, I oppose AB 267 in that this is the responsibility of the defense attorney. You know, I think a judge should be neutral. A defense attorney should let their client know what the ramifications are of their pleas, whether it's deportation, whether it's incarceration, whether it's a fine. It should not be something that we should be imposing on our judges. Let the defense attorneys do the work. If they don't do their work, then their client has an opportunity to change out that defense attorney or sue them for malpractice if necessary. I think we shouldn't get involved in telling judges what they should and shouldn't do in cases. For those reasons, I urge a no vote on AB 267.
Thank you, Senator Stone. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing or hearing none. Senator Monning, would you like to close?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. With all due respect to my colleague, I would just suggest that this does not violate a judge's neutrality. It is a matter of public record that this conviction can lead to the loss of certain rights. It would be a statement and a declaration of the court of the law. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Monning. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Bates. Anderson, aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Cannella. De Leon. Fuller. No. Gaines.
No.
No. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Weso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. I Leva. I Liu. I McGuire. I Mendoza. I Mitchell. I Monning. I Morlock. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. No. Pan. I Pavley. I Roth. I Runner. No. Stone. No. Vidak. I Wachowski. I Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Berryhill. No. Canella. De Leon. Hancock. Aye. Morlock. Aye.
Ayes 30, noes 8, measure passes. Members, we will now move to file item 149. Senator Lara. Would you like to bring this measure forward, AB 1431? Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1431 by Assemblymember Gomez and accolating to local public contracting.
Senator Lara.
Thank you, Mr. President, members. AB 1431 expands the job order contracting program to all school districts in California. The Los Angeles Unified School District demonstrated a successful job ordering contracting pilot program that yielded cost savings for LAUSD and still ensured the highest quality of outcomes. AB 1431 authorizes other districts to utilize this option if they choose to do so. Job order contracting develops a unit price catalog with specific construction tasks and unit prices that reflect local prevailing wages. These construction tasks are normally maintenance and modernization projects such as roof replacements, ADA upgrades, and landscaping. By using job order contracting, LAUSD has been able to save an average of 9.2% in project cost and cut project delivery time in half. This bill simply extends the opportunity to other districts to yield the same cost savings and utilize this important tool throughout the state. I respectfully ask for your aye votes.
Thank you, Senator Lara. Members, any discussion or debate? Yes, Senator McGuire.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. And I'm going to be supporting this bill today, but there's been a few others like this that just want to express some just immediate concern about the one-size-fits-all for rural areas, and committed to be able to work with both the sponsors as well as the author on ensuring both rural and urban areas can equally benefit from well-paid, highly skilled employment opportunities. So, for example, up in Humboldt County, it's about 150 to 200 miles from the nearest job center. So that's a concern that have and committed to work on this issue, and appreciate the Senator for bringing this forward today.
Thank you, Senator McGuire. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing or hearing none, Senator Lara, would you like to close?
I respectfully ask for your aye votes.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines.
No?
No. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Roth. Aye. Runner. No. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Allen. De Leon. Fuller. No. Galgiani. No. Huff. No. Pavley. Wolk. Aye.
Ayes 23, noes 14, measure passes. Members will now move forward to the next 5 items. File item 150, 151, 152, 153, and 159. We'll start with file item 150, pass on file. File item 151, Senator Bell. Senator Bell, would you like to bring this item forward? Senator Bell? Pass on file. Okay. We'll now move to file item 152, Senator Nielsen. Pass on file. File item 153, Senator Cannella. Pass on file. Okay. Members will move to file item 159, Senator Hall. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 68 by Assemblymember Waldron and Act relating to Medi-Cal.
Senator Hall.
Yes, thank you. Mr. President, members, AB 68 creates an expedited 24-hour appeal process for epilepsy patients on Medi-Cal, allowing them to promptly access the drugs they've been prescribed. Currently, epilepsy patients have to go through multiple appeal processes and experience significant delays in order to receive the most suitable drugs to treat their condition. This is absolutely unacceptable. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand in support of AB 68. Getting planned coverages for drugs that are not included in drug formularies remains a very tenuous, laborious process. Certainly, epilepsy is something that needs to be addressed soon, but other things such as congestive heart failure, diabetes, there are some drugs on the formulary that will not suffice to take care of certain pathological situations. So it's my hope that the legislature in the future will expand this to any drugs that have any urgency that are not on formularies that will get an expedited review in the best interest of the patient. I urge and I vote on this.
Thank you, Senator Stone. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Senator Hall, would you like to close?
Respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you, Mr.
Great,
President.
thank you. Members, what we're going to do is go through the roll call once, and then we're going to move the call on the votes. We have a senator that's off the floor that will be returning. And so, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Cannella. I. De Leon. Fuller. I. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Wesso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. I. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nielsen. I. Pan. I. Pavley. Roth. I. Runner. I. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. Walk. Walk aye.
Senator Hall moves the call. Okay. We're going to look at file item 154, Senator Hall, AB 25. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 25 by Assemblymember Gibson and Act relating to financial aid.
Senator Hall.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, AB 25 creates an appeals process for schools that are unable to meet current Cal Grant eligibility criteria. Current law provides Cal Grant eligibility to post-secondary trade schools, colleges, and universities for students based on financial need. Recently, additional requirements for college participation in Cal Grant programs were created, focusing on whether or not first-time, full-time students meet certain graduation and loan default rate requirements. While these requirements are well-intended, they have exposed the vulnerability of smaller, specialized nonprofit universities that typically have a lower number of first-time, full-time students. AB 25 creates an appeals process that allows the California Student Aid Commission to reconsider colleges that have small cohorts of 20 or less first-time, full-time students. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hall. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block, I. Canella, I. De Leon, Fuller, I. Gaines,
Aye.
I. Galgiani, I. Glazer, I. Hall, I. Hancock, I. Hernandez, I. Hertzberg, I. Hill, I. Hueso, I. Huff, Jackson, I. Lara, I. Leno, I. Leva, I. Liu, I. McGuire, I. Mendoza, I. Mitchell, Monning, I. Morlock, I. Morrell, I. Wynn, I. Anderson, I. Nilsson, I. Pan, I. Pavley, Roth, I. Runner, I. Stone, I. Vidak, I. Wachowski, Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Senator Hall moves the call. I go to 115. Members, we will move to file item 115. Senator Lara, are you prepared to bring this item forward? It's AB 1343. Thurman? Great. Secretary, please call.
Assembly Bill 1343 by Assemblymember Thurman, an act relating to criminal procedure.
Thank you,
Senator
Mr.
Lara.
President and members. AB 1343 codifies that what has already been stated by the U.S. Supreme Court in Padilla versus Kentucky in 2010. California's Defense Counsel must provide accurate advice on potential immigration consequences to clients and attempt to defend against such consequences. This bill simply requires that both the prosecution and the defense must consider the avoidance of adverse immigration consequences in order to reach a just and fair resolution. Codifying Padilla versus Kentucky is a necessary and affirmative step in California's immigration policy. The bill has no opposition, has received bipartisan support. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Great. Thank you, Senator Lara. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, I. Anderson, Bates, I. Bell, I. Berryhill, Block, I. Canella, I. De Leon, Fuller, I. Gaines,
Aye.
I. Galgiani, I. Glazer, I. Hall, I. Hancock, I. Hernandez, I. Hertzberg, I. Hill, I. Hueso, I. Huff, I. Jackson, I. Lara, I. Leno, I. Leva, I. Liu, I. McGuire, I. Mendoza, I. Mitchell, Monning, I. Morlock, I. Morrell, Wynn, I. Nilsson, Pan, I. Pavley, I. Roth, I. Runner, Stone, no. Vidak, I. Wachowski, Wolk. Anderson, no. Berryhill, aye. Wolk, aye. Nilsson, no. Runner, no.
Senator Lara moves the call. Members will now move back to file item 160. Senator Hueso, are you prepared to bring this item forward? Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 69 by Assemblymember Rodriguez, an act relating to peace officers.
Senator Hueso.
Thank you, Mr. President and Senators. AB 69 will provide guidelines for our law enforcement agencies in developing and implementing policies and procedures for downloading and storing data from body-worn cameras. Many law enforcement departments currently use body-worn cameras, and they have formal policies covering some key issues such as when to record and how long to retain recordings. These policies will likely need to evolve as departments develop better understandings on how body-worn cameras affect policing practices on the ground. This is a good build toward the first step in the process of achieving uniformity. AB 69 includes recommendations to ensure the security, integrity, and reliability of the data, how it's downloaded and it's stored. This bill has support on both sides. There's no opposition. I respectfully ask an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hueso. Debate or discussion, Senator Nielsen.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, I will rise in support, but with a prospective cautioning. Cameras have been used and will be used more. This bill provides at least some sense of guidance and guidelines as to how. It isn't strict enough, as far as I am concerned, related to then the access to the camera product. What we dare not have happen is have our officers carrying cameras, and the minute of that incident, that is turned over to the news media, and the whole case is tried that night on the evening news. There's some serious justice and public safety consequences as to these cameras, and particularly the security of the data, how it's used, who it can be dispersed to, and under what circumstances. And I would almost want it to be under order of a court. That being said, this is a positive step. I urge an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Nielsen. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Senator Hueso, would you like to close?
Just respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Great. Thank you. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. Block. I. Canella. I. DeLeon. Fuller. I. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lara. I. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nielsen. I. Pan. I. Pavley. Roth. I. Runner. I. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Berryhill, aye.
Senator Hueso moves the call. Members, we will now move to the next 5 items. File item 161, 162, 163, 172, and 173. File item 161, Senator Allen.